Hey, bro. So, how can I do this? Please forget. I know you don't care about this, but I do. I look real rough right now. Brother just got done hosting karaoke, and I'm what over it. So, however, um, your question was how to deal with the two, the gay and Jesus. And I go, I don't know. I have a friend named David Owens who has taken time and studied and looked at scriptures and look at the original translation and everything. For me, and it was really good. And he spoke truth. However, for me, I mean, as you can clearly see, I'm charismatic in my background, and I am all about hearing the voice of the Lord, and I never once felt like the Lord ever convicted me or ever condemned me for ever being gay once I came out. And even before the gay, the Lord was never condemning me. He was convicting me for the fact that I was sleeping around. And so, I don't know. It's that hard tension that you have to wrestle with and go, okay, Jesus, I love you. This is not changing, and it's torment to live in this weird, awkward place. What do you want me to do? And my best thing would go is really getting honest with the Lord, and forgive me for saying this, but I would go, instead of saying, Lord, I struggle, I would just say, Lord, I'm gay. How do you feel about that? And don't go before his throne and say, I already know how you feel, because if you go before his throne with an answer, you're not going to be able to hear what he actually has to say to you. And that's with anything. Now, you can think that I'm bogus and crazy or whatever. However, here in Kansas City, I am seeing God move in the lives of others. I mean, that's my brother right there. He's not my biological brother, but he's my Siamese twin, and we think alike. And I don't even like black people, to be honest, and neither does he really. But we are like together, and I love my brother. However, he's a witness. Like, he grew up in church just like I did, heard the same messages, whatever. He didn't do what I did. I did the whole ex-gay thing. He just walked away from the Lord, and he came back to the Lord, and I would say because of our friendship, would you say that he has really had a hunger and a desire, and I've seen such fruit in his life. I see fruit in I mean, there's a good significant group of guys that the Lord is moving, and then you have the typical ones that want to come near and they want to get a jersey saying they love Jesus but really don't, but at least a seed was deposited. But God is moving, and so I wouldn't get discouraged if I just wouldn't get discouraged if you're where you're at. And if you choose, like, there are so many sides. There's side X, which is chooses to deny the gay and walk away from it. Some people do that. Some people do side B, which is you identify with your gay, but you choose to be celibate. And then your side A, which is me and my brother and my friends are, which is affirming and you believe that God blesses gay relationships. I see the fruit of it. Me and my friend and my brothers are not walking the typical gay life of what you think, like we're going around, excuse my French, fucking random people, getting shitty kitty wasted on a regular basis, like, we don't do that. I do drink, and I can drink the house down, however, I don't. I have not had sex, and ooh, Jesus, ooh, Lord, it's been, 2 years, going on, a year and a half, 2 years, ooh, it's been some time pimping. And I mean, I did 6 years full-time ministry, walked away and thought, well, if I can't love God, I'll try to be a dumb fool. And he did 8. And it just didn't work. And so what I'm saying to you is, you can sincerely love the Lord and not do that and not come out. We have friends, his boyfriend actually came out and has never done the typical faggotry, is like I like to call it. He didn't come out and start sleeping around. His boyfriend's still a virgin and still pure before the Lord. And I feel like the same standards that you had, or that I had, I'm going to say that I had before I came out, I still have now. I say, if I was going to honor a girl before, then I'm going to honor a guy. And I mean, nothing changes. Like, that's the reality. I look at it, I go, God, nothing has changed in our relationship but a word. But at the end of the day, his blood speaks a better word. So that's all that I look at, and that's all that I mean, that's all it is. It's like, God, your blood speaks a better word. And bro, I want to encourage you. So, I mean, I don't know if that answers your question. I know that trying to reconcile with Paul, I like to leave Paul alone when it comes to things like this. I go, okay, Jesus, what are you saying to my heart right now? Because, I mean,
it's about identity.
It's about identity. Like, my identity is not in the gay. Like, and the church tries to make That's, if you go through XK ministry, that's not your identity. What is straight your identity? Because it show ain't like, that's no one's identity. Who your identity, brother, your identity is simply this. You're ready for it? Here, go. Write this down. It's first, you are a son of God. Secondly, you are a lover of God. Third, you are a teacher, preacher, prophet, husband, a wife. Whatever. Like, that's the order. That's who you are. And from that place, you live, you breathe, and you move, and you have your being in God. So it's that simple. So don't get caught up in the bullshit. I'm sorry. I just cuss. Please forgive me. But just don't get caught up in the foolishness. Like, it's Jesus, yes or no, at the end of the day. And I'm going on 2 years, actually, like, going on being out and saying, God, I love you. And I'm in walking in freedom. It's funny, like, the year before I came out, like I said, I come from a charismatic background, and I got a bunch of prophetic words where that means that God speaks to you through people, dreams, visions, or whatever. And I got a bunch of prophetic words from people and said, God's bringing freedom, God's bringing freedom. And I thought that freedom was going to be that I wasn't going to struggle anymore, because I thought me struggling with homosexuality was the thing that was taking my heart away, because my love language is touch, and I just wanted to be held and affirmed and everything like that. And so I thought, well, God, if I'm still longing from that to be from a man, because no offense, but Jesus surely was not coming and walking in my room and holding me, and I wasn't even trying to, like, fuck Jesus or nothing like that. Nothing, please don't take that. But I wanted to be held. Like, I just wanted to be embraced and hold down. Physical touch is my thing. I said, God, if this is the thing that's taking me away from you, the gay, then take it away. But freedom does not. It's funny because the Bible says that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, and it's funny because the Bible also says in 1 Corinthians 1, it says that God chooses the weak things to confound the wise. And it would be foolish of God, it would be a foolish thing that God would take me out of the church and plant me into the midst of darkness. However, this is the reality. If darkness stays in darkness, then when does the light come in? If God does not begin to bring freedom to those who are in the church that struggle with the gay and say, hey, you can be gay and be amongst the gay community and live a holy life, then how will they ever come to know Jesus? And so that's my whole thing. However, but I did that whole thing, and then as I came out, I experienced freedom. I recognized that I had big lust issues, and I would see, like, a guy that was really ripped and really buffed, and all of a sudden I just wanted to have sex for him for some reason. And then after I came out, I was just like, you're cute, you're attractive, yeah, that's it. Like, that eager urge to want to have sex with them and just conquer them went away, because I didn't have to hide anything. I was just walking in freedom, and I was walking in Kevin, and I can tell you that I'm a lot more free in who I am now than who I was 6 years ago doing full-time ministry. We have the same mutual friend, Josiah. When I knew Josiah, I was denying the gay. It was, and I thank God for that season of my life. I will never, because if I didn't have that season, I think that if I would have came out when I was in high school, I wouldn't know the Lord like I know him now. I wouldn't love him the way that I love him. I came out, my story is different. I didn't come out because things didn't add up and I was like, God, I think I'm gay. I came out because I was pissed at God, and I said, you have not come through. I'm going to go find a man that will love me. And in the midst of it, I haven't dated or whatever, but my heart and my love for the Lord, I couldn't walk away. I said, God, I love you. And so here I am. And he says, come home, my son. And I did. And you know what he didn't say? Get rid of the gay. We got to go through Living Waters again. We got to go through Exodus. We got to go through the XK ministries. He didn't say none of that. He said, come home. And I did. And I'm walking in sonship. And I see the fruit of my life from being in full-time ministry and going through all the XK stuff and not seeing the fruit. I see the fruit of, a lot of the XK made sense, is like brokenness and pain. Just taking that meat and throwing out the bone would be the whole, like, God hates it. It's just foolishness. And I hope this is clear. Once again, I said that I am a better speaker than I am a writer. If you have questions, I'll try to answer them and not always send you a video. If not, you can call a brother or send a video back, whatever you need to do. But Pimpin', I am here, and I have a whole community. My friend David can send you resources that you can just look over. No one's trying to convert you and telling you, bro, you need to come out. Please do not think I am doing that at all. What I am saying is that for me, I went before the throne and said, God, what do you feel about this? I'm just being honest. And I didn't feel condemned. I didn't feel anything. I felt his love for my heart. I felt his love for Kevin as a whole, as a being. And so until that day comes where God decides, hey, I had a problem with it the whole time and I just wanted to love you and show you grace, then that's when something will change. But God's going to have to change my heart, because this is not a behavioral thing. No one, behavior, like, and that's the other thing. Let me touch on that real quick, because you probably heard that the homosexuality is behavior. If I'm in one side of the room and a guy's on another side of the room and I look at him and my heart flutters, how is that a behavior? I can't control that. That's not a behavior. What a behavior is, like my hand mannerism, that's a behavior thing. I'm choosing to do all of this and that, and I can choose not to. But you can't choose how your heart flutters. You can't choose who you're attracted to. So that's a whole bunch of bull, and it keeps people in bondage, and it's not God. So this is a 10-minute video. I really need to push on Patty. So let me know what's up. I love you. I'm here for you. My brother David right there. I'm at Hamburger Mary, so please excuse this little back dressing room. It looks a hot, funky mess, but we're going to push on. Be encouraged. The Father delights in you, and He loves you, and He calls you His son. That's it, bro. He calls you His son. So be encouraged.